What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. It's Saturday. We got the drift car at the shop. We got the transmission taken out of it. We're planning on getting that Z32 swap done today, so let's grab all our things. Let's hit the road. All right, y'all. Just pulled up to the shop. The okay transmission over here. Hopefully it's done draining. Probably not. Shouldn't be too much fluid in there, as it puked a lot of it inside the cabin and underneath the car. I never really fill it up. But hey, we got some empty 90 to go in the new one, so should be a better mate.
Oh guys, shit went down yesterday. I know I need to start filming too.
Yeah, Chase showed up. We're gonna start stripping down this turd box fucking spun bearing KA. Just get the parts we do need. Hopefully this cam's usable. And the cam caps. We're gonna check those out. So let's get to it. We're gonna go ahead and lift this thing back up. Hopefully with this transmission swapped into it, we'll find out what problems or anything we're gonna run into. Alright, got the car lifted up. Probably gonna put the adapter plate on here next step. I'm not sure. I'm gonna look over a few other things to make sure I'm not overlooking or getting ahead of myself. I know I do have to modify these bolts just because how this cross member is. Obviously the bolts are too long, so it's not gonna be too hard. Chop off the top of those. Got the new aluminum dry shaft. Upgrading from the steel one I had before. Probably won't be able to feel the difference, but oh well. I have it in the back of my head. So as yeah, mentioned before, I'm gonna get that adapter plate bolted on. So should be straightforward. I actually just had to hose down the engine. Forgot before I left last night, I removed the oil sensor from the adapter block there, and I removed the pole jacket and actually leveled out the engine inadvertently, spewing the oil out of the open hole. So got everywhere. But yeah, I'm gonna get that adapter plate on there. Alright, motherfuckers. Just got the adapter plate bolted onto the engine. Went around, Loctite all the bolts, hand torqued them. Don't believe they have to be that tight. I will look it up, just double check, make sure the thing's not gonna fall off on me. But next step, I believe, is to haul that Z32 over here and find out if I'm gonna run into any problems just throwing it up there. But to be determined, we're gonna find out. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull off this shifter just to make installation in the car a little bit easier. But before I get carried away, I did mention I have to replace the rib nuts in this, or actually put rib nuts in it just because one of the bolt holes is completely blown the fuck out. I don't want my transmission to fall out. That'll be a fun time. Drive over my fucking trans on track. But yeah, I'm gonna get everything I need to do that, knock it out. Pull up in the fucking baller mobile, goddamn. Q looking good. Mark's just pulled up, joined the party. Give me a little help on the trans swap.
Boat parking is over there. I said boat parking is
yeah, the dock's over there, buddy. Alright, just got back from a lunch break. Was able to get one rivet nut in there. The only reason I'm not gonna do the rest right now is because this is an M8 and the hardware is just a little smaller than I would prefer. I don't have any M10 with the rib nut setup I have right now. I'm gonna wait to do that. Transmission's just gonna have to come back out eventually, so. Fortunately, there's still enough threads on the other bolts. I don't think it's gonna be a problem. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna clean up here a little bit. Get that KA off the stand. Get that Z32 on there. Throw it up there and bolt it on. Alright, we got Marcus over here killing his leg. It's gonna be a half an hour until this trans gets into place.
Today's leg day.
Leg day after all, Jim.
It's leg day. We drove the automatic just for this reason.
Yeah, so we're gonna get the transmission up there. Alright, it's a 3-man job, but we got the transmission up there. But hey, yeah. I'd take off the little the back bracket rather. But it's up there. Just gotta get those bell housing bolts tight. Get the cross member up there. Should be able to lower the jack. Alright, little update. Had to take the bracket off, it was interfering with the trans tunnel there. And I believe I have to loosen up the motor mounts just to clock the engine to the side, just to line up everything. Because my cross member is not aligning, but you know, it could be from the eBay mount. These are the problems I'm going to run into as expected. Just going to persevere, so. Alright, welcome back. It's been a little bit. Got the transmission up there, cross member's tight. We got the bracket back on there. Not exactly sure where we left the video off on, but should be able to drop the trans jack. We're gonna tighten the speed sensor, go back across all the bolts, make sure everything is tight. Gotta get that adapter or the block off plate on there, bolt the slave up. But I'm in the process of bolting that starter up right now. Yeah, just cracking it out. Gotta get the drive shaft up there and then lower the car, put that shifter back in there. Oh yeah. Alright bitches, about to get the drive shaft in there. Got the starter bolted on, oil pressure sensor back in there, slave cylinder, speedo. Gonna fill it up with gear oil here in a moment. Made sure all the bell housing bolts were tight. Yeah, cracking away at it. Doing more work than filming, but still not making any progress doing either, so you know how life goes. Alright, it's getting laid out as you can see. But final step, well, near final step is to put the gear oil in there. Can't forget that. We're gonna lower the vehicle, get that shifter installed, and we should be able to test the gear, see if it goes into gear and whatnot. Man, this thing took a while to fill up. It took about a gallon of gear oil. It's a $90 fill up on that MT90. We'll let that stop dripping, plug it up, lower the car, put the shifter in. I fire it up and get this thing moving back and forth. Make me feel a little bit better. One thing I do want to mention before I forget is this clutch slave cylinder line. It is the lowest point of the car. I got to get a 90 on that or something before that gets knocked off on track. That would ruin my day. Probably ruin someone else's day when they drive into me. So yeah, I keep on cracking. Pretty much everything down here, bottom side is done. We're gonna double check everything over the vehicle. As mentioned before, put that shifter on, test everything out. Probably get out of here for the day. All right, double checked everything. Gear oil's in there, drive shaft's tight, bell housing bolts. We're gonna lower the vehicle down. All right, slow her down. I'll hop in there. Throw that new shifter on there.
The bushing's a little tight down there, so.
When she asked why are you so good with your fingers,
Yeah. She ain't coming today, gentlemen.
why don't you just lift the car back up?
Unfortunately, we're gonna have to.
Let's do it.
I'm not happy about that.
Why should they give me schedule? With Miami Online, get lost. In fact, you get the same.
Come on, go in.
The behind the camera struggles right now.
Ah, motherfucker.
Well, we'll be back when this is all done.
All right, I had to raise the car up. We got that linkage attached from the bottom side. Just gotta go back up there and tighten the actual bolts to the shifter. Should be able to test the operation. See if I can one-hand this shit. Got the ball. Like the rosary. YouTube will love that.
Are they 14s?
It's in 13, but let's see if it's too close to the actual. It is. I have to do it manually anyways. It's fucking ass. That's tough. Glad we're at 13. What the fuck? Did I mess up the anodizing? I love that.
Fuck it. You can't see it anyways.
Back of my brain, I can. You hear that? Beautiful. Oh!
YouTube has witnessed you scratching it.
You see that? It's fucking beautiful.
Look at
I
that.
had 13 stubby. You grab it for me.
Oh, take the camera. It's recording still. 13 stubby?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have that out, didn't we?
Yeah, it should be on the cart. Good little interior shot. AM goodies. Fire extinguisher, quick release mount. I think it was pretty pricey. Man, it should be over there now.
It ain't my lap. Nope.
It's on that fucking cart.
It's not on the cart, man.
Alright, bitches. I'm gonna go find this 13. Observe.
Observe and learn something, guys. That's in a stupid spot, too.
Yeah, I don't know why they can't just like clearance the shifter or something.
Right? Just notch it a little bit. Look at that beautiful purple. Damn, that's
Neutral works.
Just hope when you put it in gear, it's not neutral.
Not all neutral.
Hopefully, you only have one neutral, Daniel.
I guess we'll resume when this bolt's tight.
Yep.
Alright, finally got those nuts tight. I had to use a stubby. It's not fun going quarter inch or quarter turn by quarter turn, so. But hey, rowing through the gears is only reverse. That's a little tricky, but starting to get the hang of it. About to lift the car up on the left, fire it up, and see if we can row through the gears and get the wheels to spin back there. But before we do that, I'm probably gonna get the shifter or the center console, everything put back together. It's getting late, can't think straight, but yep, almost there. Pretty notchy. Lower this and check that slave cylinder ground clearance. Alright, got the center console bezel on there. Shift bezel, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Everything's looking pretty good. I mean, I got a tiny gap, but I just need to replace that clip. Have all my tools. Yeah. Went through all the gears, spun the wheels, first through fifth in reverse. No load on it right now, but we'll drop it down. Probably do a load test tomorrow. It's getting pretty late. Yeah. Got the Z32 swap on the S13. I'm wondering how low that's gonna be. It's definitely pretty low. That slave cylinder line.
Yeah.
If you want to lower it all the way. What I hope doesn't happen is it roll back off those and just completely blow the line out. And then I have to push it back on there, but it's definitely pretty low. Arms are clear, should be able to lower the jack. This thing might start running away though. Pin me against the door. Be a fun time. Lose a leg right before the first drift event. Put her in gear. Make sure she don't roll until like 1 or 2. Alright. Alright, taking a look at the clutch clearance of the ground, and it's not good. This clutch slave. It's right there. It's definitely gonna get knocked the fuck off first. Speed bump, whatever. So we're gonna get a 90 on that before I forget. Z32 swap is done. Car's on the ground. Only thing I gotta do is replace that clutch slave line. Put a 90 on it. But yeah. It's pretty late. Saturday. I'm gonna get out of here, find something else to do. Probably go home, edit a video or whatnot. Before I get out of here, you guys gotta see this shit.
Oh my
Another
God.
KA going in the back seat of a car.
MacGyver shit.
We're gonna get it done. Jack it up to the bottom.
You better put that
Jack
right
her
there
there.
and record this.
Stand will go underneath the car. Yeah, when this thing falls out. Sure.